this is quite an exciting moment for us in education. And the pleasure is mine this morning to welcome you to the launching ceremony of our e-learning and online test preparation system, Learning Hub Online. With the policy direction at the Ministry of Education to increase the use of technology in the teaching and learning process, we are searching for all possible forms to do so. Our classrooms, they must resemble the reality of life for our students, and that is those in the digital age, filled with smartphones, electronic tablets, computers. These are the things that make the life of our children, and our classrooms must reflect. Indeed, it is a costly venture, but it is an investment worth making. I picked up a newspaper in the supermarket just last evening. And I picked it up because the headlines caught my attention. And one would really believe that since I had paid for it, I would have sat and read the story from the newspaper. It seems like almost automatic for me, though I had paid money for this newspaper. As I ate my light supper, I went to my cell phone, connected to online media, and read the story. Actually, it is long after I had done that I remember that I had purchased the newspaper. So it has become automatic for me. Who knew all of the forms, newspapers, library books, encyclopedias, stencil machines, and the list can go on, to now be almost totally consumed with digital devices. What am I going to say about our students that know nothing else? So for parents, students, and teachers, the Ministry of Education is making it possible for access to Learning Hub Online, an electronic portal maintained by Caribbean-based GoGSAT Limited, filled with learning and testing resources. It is designed to assist students and teachers in grades 4 to 12 and advanced levels at the CAPE level. Now, all students can benefit. It will help them to stay on track with what is being taught in classrooms. It has a tutorial component. For advanced students, the opportunity to move ahead in covering the syllabus and even content that is not taught in class. For those on a different academic pathway, objectives and content systematically outlined are available on the Learning Hub. Once you have the ability to navigate this site, you can actually get your secondary certification by using this information. Now, for all who have taken the time to view this portal, the comments, they have all been the same. It is an excellent tool and a worthwhile investment. You will hear a few testimonials this morning, and we will also give you a demonstration of how the system works. So once again, I say to you, welcome. Among many other things, it is clear to me that my Minister of Education invests a lot of his time in planning for the improvement of the education system in the Virgin Islands. And when I say system, it includes both public and private schools. Because of his obvious motivation and determined goal to see improvement in the teaching and learning process, all who work with him very quickly understand that there will always be something to do. And we learn very quickly that as educators, we can and will make it happen in a timely manner. What is envisioned, we can make it happen in the most cost-effective manner and at a great level of excellence. And trust me, we have invested in the Learning Hub. And it's not unique to us in the Virgin Islands because there are several other Caribbean islands that have already invested. But trust me, the very producers of this great product is learning all the capabilities of it since they got in touch with my Minister of Education. We had the producer with us a few weeks ago. And when I started pointing out to her several directions that this thing could take us, her comment to me was simply, boy, BVI take this thing to a whole new level. And that motivation, that vision, that drive, that everything is coming from our Minister of Education. I want you to help me welcome our Minister of Education to this podium this morning as he shares with us at this occasion. Minister of Education, I welcome you, Honorable Myron Warren.
Good morning. It's indeed a very exciting day for us here in the Ministry of Education. We are today presenting to you, our students, and the Virgin Islands community, another prong of our strategy to infuse technology into the teaching and learning process in the education system of the Virgin Islands. For many of us, my age or older, technology for us was the boombox that many of the hipper guys would walk with on their shoulders through the streets of Rotown, playing the loud steel pulse of Bob Marley music through the streets. If any of us were to attempt to do that now, we would not be deemed as masters of our own minds and would certainly attract the attention of the mental physicians. Then the Walkman came on the scene later on. And if you didn't have one of those, you weren't with the program. Don't forget the record player with the big records and the cassette tapes, followed by CDs. The change in technology in our part of the world came with the personal computer. Yes, that big one that you had on your desk with not nearly the level of functionality that it has today. Then the internet changed technology as we knew it by opening mankind to a wealth of knowledge and information at our fingertips. It essentially changed our way of life, and it indeed continues to do so. Technology now is a key component in the teaching and learning process in schools, and we in the Virgin Islands must take more advantage of it to improve the learning outcomes of our students. Parents, you know how difficult or even impossible it is to get your child's attention when they're using their smartphone, their iPad, their Xbox, or some other technological device. Children are what I call digital natives. They know the technology better than any adult. It has become the easiest way for them to learn, and what better way to take advantage of that curiosity that they display and the attention that these devices get from them than to use them in the education process. My ministry is doing just that by launching the Learning Hub today in partnership with Digicel. This Learning Hub will offer students, parents, teachers, and persons who do not have the chance or who did not have the chance to get a high school diploma additional support through an e-learning and online tutorial and test preparation platform through the Caribbean-based GoGSAT Limited. Again, we have had the support of Digicel in this venture, and I want to publicly thank Mr. Kevin Gordon for his willingness to work with us and to help us get this initiative on stream. Kevin, stand up. Give Kevin Gordon a round of applause from Digicel for working so very well with us. At the site www.learninghub.online, we aim to increase and improve student achievement. We aim to provide students with a tool that will help them away from the classroom to augment what they're being taught. This will also help to align students' learning across all schools in all subjects as well as provide an academic pathway for those late achievers and out-of-school persons who are seeking to gain a high school diploma. Working through the Learning Hub, students will be able to stay on track. They will have access to tutorials to help them with those concepts proven to be difficult, and those students wishing to move ahead will have the chance to do so. For those self-learners desirous of achieving a high school diploma, they will have the content available to do their studies independently, get tutorials to help them, and as the examination unit make the necessary preparations, sit the necessary exams to achieve their diploma. I've asked the examinations officer who is here with us to ensure that we do quarterly examination sittings for persons who will be seeking to get their high school diploma through the Learning Hub. In addition to having access to mock exams and topic-specific tests, the Learning Hub will also have the capability to generate notes, handouts, and worksheets on specific topics by grade level. Teachers will be able to set up chat rooms for their students where concepts can be introduced or discussed at length for reinforcement. Students can get help with their homework and get answers to questions in real time from online tutors, write essays and get them graded, and even engage in educational games. Essentially, there'll be 24/7 access to learning through this initiative. Students from grades 4 to 12, along with their teachers, as well as independent learners, will have access to core subjects, mathematics, English, social studies, and science at the primary level, and all subjects at the secondary level, inclusive of financial services, tourism, civics, and the CSEC and CAPE subjects. This opportunity provides parents with an ideal way to monitor their children's progress and be in a position to be in constant communication with teachers. This is an excellent opportunity to improve academic performance as it is used to measure progress and help to improve weak areas. The government will give access to 4,100 users, which will cover students and teachers of public and private schools, as well as independent users. We ask parents to partner with us by committing to pay $5 per month or $60 per year for the full use of the system. The ministry will cover the remaining costs per year for each student registered. Each child will need an email address, and the user information collection has already started. I have some other partners as well, some of my colleagues in the House of Assembly, who have indicated that they are willing to work along and assist the schools that are in their districts, but for the students who are most vulnerable students. And I want to recognize my very good colleague and ask him to stand, the Honorable Mitch Turnbull, for being the first person to make that commitment to assist the vulnerable students in his school by helping them to cover the cost. Students from grades 4 to 12, as I said, along with their teachers, will be able to have access to this. This opportunity provides parents with an ideal way, as I said, to monitor what is being done by their child. For the underage students, parental permission is being sought. Information for the procedure for getting signed on can be obtained from the schools or from the ministry. The start time for signing up for this subscription is the 1st of May. This is just one of the many new technological initiatives that we have embarked on in the ministry to improve teaching and learning. You will recall that we implemented an ICT program at the grade 5 level in all our public primary schools where students utilize laptops at their desk in the various subjects being taught. You will recall that we were able to partner with both Digicel and Flow to ensure that we have high-speed internet access in all our schools, and we are well on our way to completing this project. You will recall that we are now in the process of changing out chalkboards in the secondary schools and installing smart boards, all of which are being spearheaded and supervised by a newly formed ICT unit in the Ministry of Education. And what I believe will be of particular interest to students, teachers, and parents is our e-textbook program that we are working assiduously to have ready for September this year. This device, many of you in here will probably be using this device, hopefully in September. And all your textbooks for grades 7 and 8 will be on this device. And this is what you'll be taking to school come September in grades 7 and grade 8 in all the public schools across the territory of the Virgin Islands. Before I take my seat, there's some other persons that I would like to thank. I want to thank again Digicel for working with us. I must thank the Go GSAT team, especially Dr. East, and to all the persons in the ministry, my permanent secretary, Dr. Marcia Potter, the acting CEO, Mrs. Connie George, Mrs. Prudence Mathavis from our curriculum unit, and all the other education officers who are involved. I want to say a special thank you to two principals, and I want to ask them to stand wherever they may be or come to the front. I want to thank very much Mrs. Marita Flax Headley, the principal of this school. Where's Miss Headley? And I want to thank very much Mrs. Letitia Penn Rogers, the academic principal at Elmo Stout High School. Very much. Those two principals, in addition to the other principals and teachers, did exceptional work to ensure that we had the appropriate content on the Learning Hub. I want to also thank a young lady from the newly formed ICT unit, Miss Lauren Welch. Where's Lauren? Lauren is probably somewhere hiding. Give Lauren a round of applause. She is our IT technician, and she guides this whole process for us. I want to thank, of course, in advance, all of you, teachers, parents, and so on, who will sign on and use this hub. And I trust that when you see the demonstrations of the Learning Hub on the monitors, you will understand how valuable a tool this is for helping our students. Thank you very much.
You would have heard our minister mentioned a very important and very special gentleman to us at the Ministry of Education. He has become our friend, and that is because he's speaking our language, you know, and Mr. Gordon, as a general manager of Digicel, have been working with us in several ways, and we are so thankful. Put your hands together for Mr. Gordon again. In so many ways, he has been extending much favor to us at the Ministry of Education, and I would have to say, again, as the minister said, he has worked with us in terms of getting this program on the go, that is our Learning Hub online. If you choose to do it as an individual parent, you will have to pay twice the cost that you'll have to pay with us. And we give some credit to Mr. Gordon at Digicel, who has offered us this package for half the cost of what it's worth. So we thought it was so fitting to have him say a few words in this launch ceremony this morning. And I'm going to invite Mr. Kevin Gordon, General Manager of Digicel, to say a few words to us. Let's welcome him.
All protocol observed. It's a fantastic opportunity to be at the mighty, mighty Scatliff once again. Hi, students. How are you? Come on, that's not the mighty, mighty Scatliff. Hi, students. How are you? That's more like it. That's more like it. Again, I'm privileged to be here to serve in this capacity. I'm truly honored to be a partner with the Ministry of Education. You have a fantastic visionary in Honorable Myron Walwyn. Please give him a round of applause. I want to acknowledge a couple people before I say a few words. I'm not going to be long, I promise you. You know, I think a lot of our educators, they are not as recognized as they should be. And I've not seen such hard-working educators in quite a while. If you think that we work hard at Digicel, you need to meet some of your educators in a one-on-one session or in a conference room, and some of the things that they have asked. They asked me to fly Dr. East down here, and she came, and man, they put her through her paces. For that one day, she went through about 6 meetings. When she was finished, she said, Kevin, no. These people are taking this thing to a whole different level. So please give a round of applause to all the educators in the BVI. You have some of the best educators that I have ever seen. Congrats, guys. Congrats. Congrats. And well done. Well done. Now, Digicel has invested millions in the telecoms infrastructure for the BVI. We have installed 2G, 3G voice systems, upgraded our transmission network, and now we have installed BVI's biggest and fastest LTE network to improve your customer experience and your online entertainment experience. So go ahead, stream with your Netflix and YouTube. We have put that Mr. Buffer to the grave, no longer here in the BVI. And we have gone ahead because we've recognized how important it is to invest. Now, without investment, there is absolutely no growth. And your minister has demonstrated that today in investing in technology for every student in the BVI. And it's an extraordinary feat, guys. Not very many countries have the same opportunities you do to be part of something life-changing. And you have that opportunity here because of the awesome people in the Ministry of Education. And while we remain proud of all investments that we have done so far, we are extremely proud of Learning Hub because it touches the heart, it touches the life of every child in the BVI. And you heard that great saxophone playing. Children are our future. I could sit and listen to that all day. And this is what we believe as well. Our children are the future. If we do not invest in our children, we do not have a bright future. And so we want to give honor where honor is due, for the ministry for taking the initiative, for giving us the opportunity to partner with them to bring Learning Hub to the BVI and to all the students in the territory. And indeed, we remain committed to our core values, remain committed to enhancing education, remain committed to enhancing the telecom infrastructure. And we want to bring not just world-class telecommunications to your schools, but we want to bring it to your offices, and we also want to bring it to your home. So continue along this path. Your future is bright, and we are happy to partner with you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Gordon, for your words. Moving right along, we are getting to another exciting section of this morning's lunch. And we are going to, at this time, I want you to turn your attention to the screens that you see around. We are going to share a video, students, principals, of their testimonies of what they have learned so far from Learning Hub Online.
Educators are always searching for some tool that would help students to improve their learning outcomes.
It can quiz you so that you could be prepared for a test. It was easy to use. I didn't have no trouble using it.
From a principal standpoint, the Learning Hub is an excellent tool, especially for myself as a principal, where I have to ensure that, especially when students are away from school for any reason, that they are given the notes, whatever they missed, with the use of the Learning Hub. I don't have to wait for students to come back to school to get anything. They can stay at home and go on and click on the specific topic that's been done in school, and the notes are right there. And along with that, they don't even have to wait to come to school to ask questions.
When this program came on stream or it was introduced to us, to me it was like an answered prayer. I was able to recognize right away that my students, if they register and sign on to this program, that they would have access to a personalized tutor for an amazing, extremely reasonable price of $60 per year. That's just $5 per month. Very excellent. What are some of the features of this program that we know that will be beneficial to our students? Our students will have access to a personal tutor, their study environment where they'll be able to study, whether it's with their teacher, whether it's with a group of students, and it will be guided. They will not be out there alone. What am I studying? How should I study? This studying will be guided. What else will be available to students? Multiple forms of assessment with real-time feedback.
Parents are having a difficult time these days actually understanding, we call it new math, and they said, Miss Headley, I don't understand those type of things. And here we have the Learning Hub where they can go on and it actually explains step by step what their child is doing in school so that they can assist them as well, and so it's not only for the students, the parents can help their kids more at home and come back, and the children can be prepared for whatever the teacher throws at them when they return back to school.
So what do you look forward to when using Learning Hub?
I look forward to using this Learning Hub because it helps me with my math and I get to test myself in all the areas in math. Learning Hub, when you miss a day of school, you can always go on this website to get notes and it can quiz you to prepare you for a test. I wish I had the Learning Hub a few months ago when my leg was damaged, so I wouldn't have to keep on harassing my teacher, what did we do when I was out? So I can just go home and check what to do, and then I could see all the notes and write them down in my book.
The subject I went on was social studies. I looked at the continents, water bodies, oceans, Ghana. I went on almost all of the topics about social studies.
Learning Hub can help me improve my grades in math. It can help me with my homework and give me access to notes if I am absent from school. And I will no longer be afraid to ask my teacher questions because online is just me alone. And the most fun thing about it is that the games help us usually like on our computers when we do at school. So then it helps us to do our work like when we're in school, when we're actually at home.
It's an excellent tool, and I would encourage every parent, not only the parent of those students that are struggling, but those students who are at the brink of holding on to an A. Make that A into an A+, make that B+ into an A. This is material available at your fingertips 24/7 for $5 a month, $60 a year. I would encourage every single student to use it and take advantage of it.
And I'm going to be hubbing all weekend.
Learning Hub online, excellent tool.
We want to do a demonstration further, and we want one student who will come forward to the laptop where Miss Lauren is, and she will give her a question that they will send right now to Learning Hub. And let us see if an answer is going to come back in real time. All right, can you tell us what the question is? This student is from Brigade of Flags Educational Center, Secondary Division. Miss Baptiste is her name, Letitia Baptiste. So your student or your child gets home and need a question answered that they didn't get the answer for in school, parents will show you that this is one source that they can go on, and then after they got the answer, it's there. The answer is back? Yes. All right. Tell us the question, and then tell us the answer.
This is a word that refers to a person, place, thing, event, substance, or quality. What is a noun?
Do we have one more? There's a student coming here. She didn't wait at all. Oh my. Joy Samuels. What is it? You ready now? The answer is there?
What is a preposition? This is a word that is used before a noun phrase, or a pronoun, connecting it to another word. In the sentences, we jumped in the lake, and she drove down the track, in and down up the prepositions.
Now I noticed something. It not only answered the question, but it also gave an example. So you will be guided as to where you can go. So, what do you think? Let me hear a round of applause. If you feel that we are making a good investment, and parents, you can't beat it. Please, I encourage you to get your child logged on. And as we said, it's going to be, as of May 1st, we want to start that registration process. May 1st, we want to begin that registration process. And the fee that you will pay will be good for 1 year. So if we are going to start May 1st, then that $60 will be good until next year, April 30th. Did you hear me? Good. So we're going to bring this ceremony to a close, and I want to hear the loudest round of applause as we declare that our learning house, online, e-learning, don't stop, and test preparation system is now a go for the Virgin Islands. All right. Wonderful, wonderful.